In the depths of silence, we find the whispers of our true selves. Welcome, dear souls, to a journey into the heart of solitude, a realm often misunderstood, yet infinitely powerful. As we embark on this exploration, let us first dispel a common misconception. Solitude is not loneliness. It is, in fact, the art of self-connection. Imagine, if you will, a tranquil lake at dawn. The surface is still, reflecting the sky above in perfect symmetry. This mirror-like state is what we achieve when we embrace solitude. We become both the observer and the observed, the knower and the known. The great poet Rumi once said, "The quieter you become, the more you are able to hear." These words, like ripples on that still lake, invite us to dive deeper into the essence of being alone. In our modern world, we are constantly bombarded by noise, the incessant chatter of social media, the demands of our busy lives, the expectations of others. But what happens when we step away from this cacophony? Being alone allows us to hear the truth beneath the noise. It's in these moments of quiet that we can finally listen to the soft, often ignored voice within. This voice, my friends, is the compass of our authentic selves. It speaks not in shouts or commands, but in gentle nudges and subtle intuitions. Yet, paradoxically, most people fear being alone because they fear meeting themselves. It's a curious thing, isn't it? We spend our lives in our own company, yet the prospect of truly facing ourselves can be terrifying. Why is this? Perhaps it's because in solitude, we can no longer hide behind the masks we wear for others. We are stripped bare, vulnerable, and raw. But it is precisely in this vulnerability that we find our strength. When we dare to sit with ourselves, to embrace the discomfort of our own company, we begin a profound journey of self-discovery. We uncover layers of ourselves that have long been buried under the debris of daily life. As we delve deeper into this practice, we discover that stillness reveals clarity. It's like cleaning a dusty window. Suddenly, we can see the world and ourselves with newfound clarity. The muddied waters of our minds begin to settle, and in that settling, insights arise. Presence brings peace. When we are truly present with ourselves, not dwelling on the past or anxious about the future, we tap into a wellspring of inner peace. This peace is not dependent on external circumstances. It's a state of being that emanates from within, radiating outwards and transforming how we interact with the world. In this state of presence, we realize a profound truth. We don't need the world's noise. We need our own voice. The constant seeking of external validation, the endless scroll through social media feeds, the compulsive need to always be connected. These are often just distractions from the real connection. We crave the connection with ourselves. Think of it this way. Have you ever been in a crowded room, surrounded by people, yet felt utterly alone? Now, contrast that with moments of solitude where you felt completely at peace, whole, and connected to something greater than yourself. This is the paradox and the power of aloneness is where the soul rebuilds. It's in these moments of solitude that we can shed the layers of conditioning, expectation, and false identities that we've accumulated. Like a snake shedding its skin, we emerge renewed, more authentically ourselves. This rebuilding is not always comfortable. Sometimes, in the quiet, we confront parts of ourselves we've long ignored or suppressed. We might face our fears, our insecurities, our unfulfilled dreams, but it is only by facing these aspects of ourselves that we can truly grow and evolve. Consider the metamorphosis of a butterfly. In the cocoon, alone and in darkness, it undergoes a profound transformation. If we were to break open the cocoon prematurely, in an attempt to help the butterfly, we would actually hinder its development. The struggle, the solitude, is necessary for its wings to develop the strength needed for flight. So, too, in our own lives, do we need these periods of aloneness to develop our wings? It's in solitude that we cultivate self-reliance, inner strength, and a deep sense of who we are beyond our roles and relationships. But let's be clear, embracing solitude doesn't mean rejecting connection with others. On the contrary, when we are comfortable in our own company, we bring a fuller, more authentic version of ourselves to our relationships. We no longer seek others to fill a void within us. Instead, we come together as whole beings, enhancing each other's lives. As we practice the art of being alone, we might notice a shift in our perception of time. In solitude, we step out of the rushed, linear time of the everyday world and into what some might call sacred time. Here, a minute can feel like an hour, rich with insight and presence. Or an hour might pass in what feels like a breath, lost in the flow of creativity or meditation. This altered sense of time is a gateway to deeper states of consciousness. It's in these states that we can access our intuition, our creativity, and our connection to the greater whole. We begin to sense the interconnectedness of all things, dissolving the illusion of separation that often fuels our feelings of loneliness. As we cultivate this practice, we might find that moments of solitude become treasured oases in our day. We begin to crave these periods of quiet reflection, much like the body craves water or rest. We learn to create pockets of solitude, even in the midst of our busy lives. A few mindful breaths while waiting in line, a moment of presence while walking in nature, a pause to connect with ourselves before entering a meeting. In time, we discover that true solitude is not about physical isolation. It's a state of being that we can access anywhere, at any time. It's the ability to be fully present with ourselves, regardless of our surroundings. This inner solitude becomes our anchor, our home base, from which we can navigate the complexities of life with grace and authenticity. As we come to the end of our exploration, I invite you to reflect on your own relationship with solitude. How often do you allow yourself to truly be alone? What fears or resistances come up when you consider spending time in your own company? And what treasures might be waiting for you in those quiet moments of self-connection? Remember, the journey into solitude is not about escaping the world. It is about coming home to yourself, so that you can engage with the world from a place of wholeness and authenticity. It's about cultivating a relationship with yourself that is so rich, so fulfilling, that you never feel lonely, even when you're alone. In the words of the wise philosopher Lao Tzu, "He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened." May your journey into solitude lead you to the light of self-knowledge, to the peace of self-acceptance, and to the joy of self-discovery. As we part ways, I encourage you to take a moment of solitude today. Even if it's just for a few minutes, turn inward and listen. What whispers do you hear? What truths are waiting to be acknowledged? Remember, in the art of being alone, you're both the artist and the masterpiece. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of solitude and self. If you found value in these words, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Your engagement helps spread these important messages to others who might benefit from them. And please, share your own experiences with solitude in the comments below. Your insights might be just what another soul needs to hear. Until we meet again, may you find peace in your solitude and power in your presence. Goodbye.